everyone, I'm Rudrani and we're at the Grazia Young Fashion Awards 2022. It's the night to celebrate fashion, films and your favorite celebrities. Well, I'm definitely going to get you all the updates at this red carpet. We'll be chatting with them, talking about fashion, films and so much more. Well, keep watching Zoom for all the updates. It's always good to, of course, you get appreciated for the wonderful choices that you make. You also get appreciated for your fashion. That's interesting, isn't it?
I don't know what to say to that. I think the only person I can really give the credit to is Amandeep Kaur. She's my stylist. And अगर मुझे fashion सिखा दिया उन्होंने मतलब यार वो कमाल चीज़ है.
Govinda Naam Mera is all streaming everywhere. There's also been that. So tell me, how do you think the year's ending for you, and what do we look forward to in the coming year?
It's ending beautifully. I mean, there's nothing better than a film release. It's the most beautiful way to reach out to the audiences, and there's a new site of mine which is like a fun site that has come out and I've tried. So it's just come on line today. It's streaming on Disney Plus Hotstar and people are loving it till now. I'm getting a good response from them. So let's see, I have my fingers crossed, but yes, from my side, it's a very happy new year to you through Govinda Mera.
It's a great year for both you and Katrina, the entrepreneur for her beauty brand. She's created an industry and also which is relatable to her. So I want to know about this a little.
Yeah, no, see, that's K-beauty is something that she's immensely passionate about, and I get so happy for her to just get acknowledged for that and be awarded for that. It's amazing, and she's really put in her heart and soul for that. So that's amazing, but yes, we keep getting people's love for both of us, and that's truly special.
Most of the people now say favorite couple Vicky Katrina, which is sweet,
so
right?
Sweet. That's so sweet. It's like a blessing, It's like everybody just saying "Jeete raho."
Look who's here at the red carpet, making it even more glamorous as usual. Mr. Karan Johar adding the right bling. I love it.
Thank you.
No wonder you're winning awards at a Young Fashion Awards. It's called the Young.
That it says young in the credit. I just love the fact that it says it's young.
It's absolutely appropriate, isn't it? You see, that's the vibe, right? Always around you.
Well, one tries to be.
Of course. But tell me, we've seen the fashion game evolve. What do you think about the changes that still need to happen in the fashion industry?
Well, I think a lot is happening in India where it comes to the fashion fraternity and the industry. So many people have finally woken up to the fact that fashion is a legit billion-dollar industry in the world, and people to be fashionable is not a crime. It's actually something that you should do. It is a form of expression and it's an art form in itself.
I must say that any show that Karan Johar goes into is becoming hit. Look at what you're doing. You went to Malaika. That episode is the most talked about episode again.
Well, Malla is a really close friend, and I'm wishing her so much love for her show moving in with Malaika. I think she's really killing it.
Ayush, of course, it's Grazia Young Fashion Awards. You are validated by the young and the fashionable people.
Yeah, it feels great because I never aspired to be this person, like fashion trailblazer. I've gotten this adjective for my subjects of my films, like trailblazer or disruptor, but fashion trailblazer, it's new.
But you have always been a trailblazer in other ways. You are getting used to words like disruptor, trailblazer, experimental people. You know, her year Ayushman ke liye use hota. Even this year, you did choose something very, very different.
Yeah, I did with Dr. G and Action Hero. I'm proud of these films, all the films that I've done. But for this one, fashion trailblazer is something new to me.
Absolutely. I also want to say, I feel like even with Anek, there was so much that you try to do different. And you've been someone I know, even though the box office is not stopping you, you're like, you know what, I will still continue. But it must hurt because I know you put in everything, right?
Yeah, as in...
You move on.
Yeah. I'm slightly detached like that, but of course, I would be relentless towards choosing subjects which have never been achieved before in cinema. So I think that gives me the kick, and that's my trip in life.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is. My God, I think this is my first when it comes to fashion. And this truly means the world to me because when I started my career, I really did not feel comfortable in my own skin. Maybe because I was trying to be someone, pretending to be someone else. And I think today I feel like I'm so comfortable in my own skin. And the credit goes to my stylist, Rahul, Vijay, Shifa, and my team, Lochin and Dipali, and everybody who's worked with me to create the looks which have, the moments. So I believe that we've always created moments on the red carpet or maybe, at some events. So yeah.
It's always interesting, right? Because it's Grazia Young Fashion Awards. That means you have been validated by the young and the fashionable and everybody.
Oh, I'm really happy. Thank God.
What according to you is fashion? What according to you think?
I think each one of us have so much uniqueness in us who bring out like fashion in their own terms, in their own words, and in their own bodies, which I think is absolutely fascinating. And that's why I keep, chanting the thing again and again that be the real you, be unique, because that itself is fashion.
You've always maintained and sort of having your own individuality and expressing yourself through fashion. So tell me about that.
I think it took me a little while to come into my own with it.
Yeah.
I think it's really about finding what works for you and feeling comfortable in your own skin. It took me a really long time to understand that you don't need to follow trends blindly, and that there are certain things that will work for you and certain things that don't. And I think I've gotten to a really good place where I understand what works for me, for my personality, for the mood that I'm in on a particular day, and I think that's really what works, and that's what you kind of people get from you when you just stick to what works for you.
I'm meeting you after a really long time, so congratulations. This has been a very special year. You were the prettiest bride, I must tell you. Also, there was very ease in the way the entire wedding happened with Farhan and yours. It felt like home, something that you all guys were just having fun and doing, and yet looked so gorgeous. Tell me, deets on that.
I'm really glad that people saw things from the wedding and kind of felt that, because that's exactly what we were going for. We wanted something simple. We got married in my father-in-law's house in Khandala, and it was a really special home to get married in, because that's where we had spent most of our lockdown. So it made sense to kind of celebrate there and call family and friends. In terms of the wedding aspect of it, Farhan and I are very chill that way. We're super homebodies in a sense. So we just wanted something that kind of, told that story. So even with our outfits, I just wore very little makeup and natural kind of beachy hair. And I wanted something. Shalina was great. Monica was great. They really understood that I wanted to wear something that was Western in a sense, because that's where I've kind of grown up, but I wanted to hold on to my Indian roots, so we made it red. And we kept it very simple. It was all about the lace. The lace was the hero of the outfit. We didn't get into the too much beading and embroidery, and it just felt free. I think that the thing was that it was just happy and free. The whole day was so beautiful.
I love that. I also feel that I saw you cheering for amazing Malaika's stand-up, and I know that you felt it.
It was
and
so
I was just, chatting with Malaika about the show, and I felt like it's so true what she said. I think once you own it, they can't hurt you anymore. Isn't it true?
Yeah, look, that girl amazes me. I just feel as though...
You do the same things, right? Like you
Oh yeah, 100%. But listen, there is a certain level of confidence that Malaika has that I just don't know how she does it. She owns it. She can walk into a room and just like capture everybody's attention.
Yeah.
I talk for a living.
Yeah.
You talk for a living.
Yeah, I do.
We understand how difficult it can be, but how we're used to it and we're easy with it now. But if you ask me to do stand-up, I would die 1,000 deaths. Like, I don't know how she did that, but from the moment she walked out onto that stage, she was fire. It was unbelievable.
Absolutely. All right, on that note, thank you, and also congratulations, creative producer. Big things coming up.
Yes, it's going to be a really exciting year. I'm moving into a different space with my career. It's something that I've really wanted to do for a long time. Farhan has been a huge inspiration in that kind of area as well. We start work next year. It'll be with Netflix. I don't know how much more I can say, but you know what? It's hopefully the first of many. I'm really excited about it.
Grazia Young Fashion Awards, but not only are you young, you're fashionable, and you're very, very talented. Congratulations on all the love you're getting for Kala. Satisfied, or what is it feeling? Were you expecting?
No, I was not expecting.
No?
Especially for my performance, I was not expecting, because I'm very self-critical, obviously, right? I have to be.
Yeah, sure.
But the kindness and the love, man. Now get off my bed so motivated because I'm like, I have to make sure, this relationship with the audience, it stays pure and it stays genuine, and I always give them the work and the performance, and everything else is secondary. And I'm trying very hard because a lot of forces in this career and as an actor push you towards a structure that is not performance, that is not art, and I'm trying my best to keep it truthful and to stick to that. And because of the love and the kindness that I've received, it gives me even more power to be like, no, I want to do that film because that is performance based.
You're getting love from a lot of places, right? Not just our country.
I guess the color black, and like I'm an all-time black lover. I love heavy metal music, so it has always been in uniform. Before there were band T-shirts, now it's just leather.
It was cool before it was cool, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Tell me how do you define fashion for yourself, and how do you look at the evolving trends? And what is something that you feel the fashion industry still needs to do?
Fashion requires a little bit more inclusivity in terms of experimenting. I mean, there's a lot of experimentation, I know, but there's always lack of experimenting while experimenting. So I think that's what something needs to be taken care of a little bit, but other than everything is quite good.
Good.
And sustainability. Save the environment, save the environment.
Stop shaming people for repeating their clothes.
Exactly.
We both miss Shruti. Please, we both of us miss Shruti a lot. Are you okay? How are you doing?
It's been a bit difficult. It's been like 2-3 months that I've not seen her. I've only seen her like for one day when she was here. But other than that, it's all good. We love strives. Love is strong.
Strong.
Yeah.
And also I feel you're handling Paps so much better. Before I know you, not so much. You were like, so much better. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. I learn. I'm a fast learner. I'm a quick learner. Yeah.
So no more hiding. You're like, I like it. You're getting used to it.
I'm comfy. Now the Paps also love me. Like
They
they're
love
like,
you.
So
But
I'm like, good.
I love it.
I love them too.
Young, fashionable, the world is yours.
Hello
Hello.
to you, finally.
I know how you
My
been?
God, so good, so good. Just running from set with Pankaj Da, so I'm feeling the best I've ever felt.
Lovely. How's that going?
It is beautiful. The best experience that I've had. Yeah.
Tell me how do you define fashion for yourself? Like, do you take the stress of it? How do you do that today?
Do you see me, girl?
Not today, but there have been moments.
There have been. I mean, I've been realizing as you do this a little more, you keep going closer to who you truly are. So where I started on my first carpet to now, I'm just becoming. Yeah.
So let me ask you a few fun questions, Sanjana. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. What's one fashion faux pas that you've done?
Oh man, so many. The biggest faux pas I think was trying to get into an outfit that wasn't me. I feel like she's eternally beautiful.
I love it. Fashion has, of course, changed over the years. How have you adapted yourself to it? And how conscious are you of today's fashion? Does it bother you when you're criticized? Are you following the trends?